Welcome back, everybody. I have a special one for you today. That's right, we are doing another Aero Coffee Roaster. Why is this one special? Well, I'll give you a little hint. I broke up my Girl Boss mug, so that must mean something. Any clues? No, you're not going to figure this one out. All right, I bought this a little while ago at Aero Coffee Roasters. I'm quite sure they don't have it there in stock. I have not seen it in a little while. It is very special for a lot of reasons. So let's get into this. This is called Mexico Zongolica SHG, and it's obviously from Mexico, so Central America. Wash process. What makes this so special? Stick around. What caught my attention about this wasn't the fact it's from Central America or the fact that it was washed. It's the fact that this is Mexico Zongolica SHG. And I'm like, what is that? And then I read it. The 20 women who produce this coffee call it WPZ, or Woman Power Zongolica. Notes of brown sugar, pecan, and vanilla. How cool is that? 20 women produce this coffee. I don't know, man. I think that's super, super cool. Especially coming out of Mexico and Central America, having a 20 woman produced coffee sounds really cool and interesting and different. So I bought it. Now this is a medium roast. As you may know, I tend to do light roasts. I don't particularly care for dark roasts. This is a medium roast, so we'll see how it is. I imagine it's going to be interesting no matter what. That's a very specialty coffee. I do not remember how much I paid. More than likely it was like $18 for 12 ounces. Prices have gone up since then, but that's probably how much I paid. Call it $20 right now if it was if they had it. So you're looking at about $1.66 an ounce roughly. So yeah, now again, this says brown sugar, pecan, and vanilla. Sounds pretty interesting, so let's see how it is. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, I'm used to smelling light roast coffees lately. This is a definitely darker than I'm used to lately. Not necessarily a bad thing, but again, ooh, very sweet. Wow, that's actually impressive. Brown sugar, 100%. Guys, if you get a chance to try this, smell it, because 100% definitely sugar. You smell like a strong smell of brown sugar. Let's twirl this up here. All right, we've pulverized the cherry seeds. Ooh, interesting. Not quite as sweet as it was, but it's still sweet. Every once in a while you're going to see a cut, and that's because I forgot something. And I swear to God, if my head wasn't glued to my body, you know what they say. Anyway, forgot this guy here. So I went back and picked it up and have our coffee filter, coffee basket. Let's pour this in here. I do not smell that sugary smell quite as much, which is interesting, as always. Okay. Now for this medium roast, I did go ahead and put 10 ounces of water in here. So we will see how that is. As I always talk about, between 8 to 10 ounces will do you on the water. Depends on how much of the coffee flavor you want to come through. If you weaken it, obviously like tea, you're not going to get a lot. If you put too little in there, it's going to be super strong. So find your sweet spot. Now I will talk about Aero Coffee Roasters again while this is brewing. Once more, it is a local coffee shop to Northborough Westboro, Massachusetts, excuse me. And I absolutely fell in love with it. It's a cute little shop with a lot of good pastries and whatnot. They have really good coffee, obviously. They don't have like a ton of different coffees to purchase, bad coffees to purchase, but everything they have there tends to be quality, which I appreciate. And they have some pretty knowledgeable and interesting staff that work there. That being said, they probably ship online. I so far have enjoyed them. Cape Cod Coffee Roasters used to be my favorite. I would say they're still up there. However, Aero Coffee Roasters is definitely coming up quick as a new favorite. I also really enjoyed Dark Matter Coffee as coffee roasters. I have a few more of those to review in the upcoming future. However, like I said, Aero Coffee Roasters, really digging their stuff. So we're going to let this brew up and come right back. While that was brewing, I made the mistake of looking at the news. Oh, why do I do this to myself? I don't even know what to do anymore, guys. Seriously. I guess just drink your coffee and try to, I don't, so fucking, why? Why is everything so polarized one side and the other? It's like, don't you realize that's what they have wanted this entire time, is to make us fight against each other, to polarize us. We should be fighting them. They don't care about you. They don't. They're using you. They're using all of us. So we should be getting together to take the power back from the people that have stolen the power from us. It's not that complicated. It is the oldest trick in the book to divide and conquer a country, an empire, whatever, by splitting people into warring factions that fight against each other, while the people in power take all the money, all the control, and they sit back and laugh. So, just know I love you all, man. I tend to be more independent, and I don't like the way things are currently now. But I didn't like things back then either. I haven't liked things for a while, so I wanted a change. This is not what I wanted. All that being said, let's get back to coffee. Don't look at news between your reviews. Here. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, when it comes to lighter roast coffees, you want a big mug to let it aerate, let some of that heat dissipate, and get some of the flavors. You get more flavor out of your light roast coffees when you let it sit a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I have not quite done that with the medium roast yet. So, because I haven't really been drinking medium roast since I've had this revelation. So it might be that, the longer you let it sit before it gets hot, like cold, you don't want it cold, more flavor comes out. So we'll see. Anyway, let's give this a try. Let's see how those 20 women over in Central America, in Mexico, Woman Power Zongolica. See if you have something to be proud about here, ladies. Cheers. By the way, I don't, maybe a little bit of sweetness left, but most of that sugar, the brown sugar smell is gone. And here's a funny side story, guys. I ordered some more coffee online, and Amazon's here dropping it off right now. I have a problem. Anyway, here we go. Okay. My tongue is not used to medium roast at this point, so this is a very interesting experience for me. It is different than I've been drinking for quite a while. Okay, so light roasts tend to be more sour, dark roasts tend to be more bitter. This is right in between. You're getting both sour and bitter, but that's normal with medium roasts to a certain degree. Usually there's a balance, or you don't, it's not as overwhelming. It's definitely got both strong sour and bitter taste, which is Interesting. Oh, there's a little bit of sweetness. I definitely got some sweetness on that swallow. It hit the back of my my throat there, and I got some of that sweet, sugary taste. Sugar, pecan, and vanilla. I'm struggling to taste pecan and vanilla, but as we've discussed many times, those notes are not necessarily the overwhelming flavors you're going to taste. Like a symphony, every once in a while you will hear one of those notes. I have not heard any pecan or vanilla yet. But it's a good coffee. I'll give it that. So one of the things I try to do when I do my reviews is to get through my prejudices when it comes to not liking darker roast coffees and just try to say, hey, these are the facts. Sometimes that's hard to do. This is a good solid medium of the road coffee. You are definitely getting the bitter and the sour tastes. There is a little bit of sweetness. That brown sugar does carry through a little bit. I don't necessarily taste the vanilla or pecan, but perhaps somebody with a tongue that has a better ear than mine can pick out those notes. Anyway, I enjoy it. I don't consider this a daily drinker by any means. I also don't think this would do well with cream and sugar. Well, sugar maybe a little bit, but cream I don't think that would do well with the sour and the bitter you got going on there. I feel like it would be a waste. And also, as I always say, at this price point, you should be drinking the coffee and tasting the coffee. Don't spoil it with sugar and cream. But that's just my thoughts. I'm Drake. You've been watching TBBAT's Coffee Break with Drake. I'm about to shut this off and go, like Christmas morning, run out and get my package and see my new coffee that just came in, which I already know what it is. By the way, spoiler alert for future episodes. I ordered more of this, which is Counterculture Coffee. Counterculture Coffee, folks. It's a coffee you can get in the stores. It is reasonably priced. Oh, there it is right there. Alexa, read notification.
One new notification. From Amazon Shopping. Whole bean coffee has arrived. Additionally, you can thank the driver of your most recent delivery, and we'll share your appreciation with them. Just say, thank my driver.
Alexa, thank my driver.
Glad you enjoyed your most recent delivery. We'll share your thanks with your driver.
So, as you can see, I wasn't lying. If you heard her going off there, I just had coffee coming in. Anyway, Counterculture Coffee. I will be doing reviews as soon as I can get to it. Guys, I have so much coffee. It's not even funny to get through to review, and I want to review it all. Thoroughly enjoy Counterculture Coffee for a store-bought coffee. It is outstanding and at an amazing price point. So we'll get into that later. I will have 3 different versions of that to review. Guys, I have so much coffee. Love you. See you next time.